So hey guys, I'm Raj Doshi and today me and my team members are going to present some details regarding the paper which is based on the case for automatic database administration using deep reinforcement learning. In this paper, they have taken questions about the need of a human DBA in organization. As we know, DBA plays an essential and important role in performing various database maintenance tasks, backup and recovery, indexing necessary attributes, data security, etc. Nowadays, there are this industry grade DBMS which can be used to provide recommendations based on the given workload or a user requirement for the database. This recommendation comes in the form of configuration knobs which can be tuned in order to improve the system performance. Even in the presence of such sophisticated software, it is extremely challenging to create a right setup for the system, as such software works on statistics and statistics has its own limits. This leads to the creation of a whole new profession called database administrator, who based on the result of this software and his or her own experience and intuition constantly monitor and tune the setup. It could be helpful if one can create such a solution which can do anyway with the requirement of a human DBA. As the search space of our configuration knob is vast, deep learning is a good candidate. Besides, since creating a right setup involves intuition and experience, using deep reinforcement learning in particular seemed to be beneficial to the authors. Now, the following four components to perform the learning will be delivered by my teammate.
Hello friends, I am Darshan Chheda. So, my friend Raj just gave us an overview and the abstract of the paper. Let us see what approach the authors used to carry out their project research. Both experience and intuition are deeply embedded in the field of machine learning. In general, reinforcement learning seems to perform great in situations with vast search spaces and problems that are too complex to grasp by traditional machine learning approaches. What is reinforcement learning? Unlike traditional supervised approach, in reinforcement learning, we have no output specified. We have an environment where there will be an agent who is expected to carry out some actions. The agent will be driven to carry out actions based on the rewards that tells the agent if the action it took led to a positive or a negative consequence. By this approach, we can penalize the agent to only take actions which would lead to positive situations. Driven by this reward system, the agent is expected to learn a policy which defines the action agent should take for the present environment setup. But this raises the question whether it is possible to apply the problems of DBMS administration as well. Fortunately, due to the vast amount of configuration parameters and workload differences, the search space is huge as well and extremely hard to overview. The perfect candidate for deep learning. In this manner, we can apply deep reinforcement learning to train a neural network in taking over the administration process. Essentially, we have to define a so-called problem environment consisting of the four following components to perform the learning. The input to the neural network. This is typically the current workload in form of query characteristics for which the system should be optimized as well as the current state of the configuration. The set of actions that can be taken. An action could be to create a secondary index on a certain column or to change the size of a database buffer. The reward function that rates the impact of a taken action. And the last, the hyperparameters to steer the learning process. This includes properties of the neural network, example number of hidden layers, number of nodes per layer, as well as properties of the learning processes like the number of iterations.
My name is Nikhil Bhardwaj and I am here to explain how we can use deep reinforcement learning approach to automate the DBA tasks. Let us first create an analogy of the problem with the problems DRL is famous to solve. As mentioned in the paper and citations, DRL has been used to create bots to play classic Atari games like Breakout. The goal of Breakout is to destroy a set of blocks located at the top of the screen by repeatedly bouncing back a ball with a paddle that can be moved horizontally. As soon as all blocks are destroyed, the game is won. If the paddle misses the ball such that the ball drops down below the screen, the game is lost. To perform RL here, the current state of the game board, that is, the locations of the blocks, ball, and paddle, is fed into the neural network as the input. The set of action is composed of possible movements of the paddle. The player can either move a step to the left, move a step to the right, or stay. A positive reward is generated if the paddle hits the ball. Early in the learning phase, the predicted paddle movements seem random and meaningless. However, as soon as the paddle manages to bounce back the ball, a positive reward is generated and fed back into the network for training. Over time, the system will learn to position the paddle correctly. Similarly, one can define such an environment for automatic index selection. The table here summarizes it well. Here, the input will be workload and current index of the system. Possible action would be to create an index, and positive reward will be generated if the action taken improves the previous state. For a database schema S with m attributes, we would define the max number of index formed as k, where k would be less than m.
Hey guys, my name is Rohit. Now we will define our inputs to the system. The inputs consist of the workload and the current index configuration. The workload is a matrix of size n into m, n being the number of queries and m being the number of attributes. The matrix consists of a select function which is defined right over here. Now, if we select a particular query qi on a particular column cj, then select function would return the number of selected records in relation to the total number of records, and the smaller the result, the higher is the selectivity. For situation where the column isn't selected, the select function would output value 1. Now the current index configuration is defined by a bit list of size m, which is right over here. This shows whether there exists an index on the attribute ci. The only action the system can perform would be creating an index, but for how long? For this, the authors use episodic training. They start with no indexes and expect the system to keep on adding necessary indexes. This is stopped when the system has created k indexes. Then the system is trained from the initial configuration again for predefined epochs. Now let us see the rewards. The cost in the given case would be the cost of the workload for the given setup. The current cost is compared with the initial cost using the given function over here. For the lower cost, this formula would give a higher reward.
To run the described reinforcement learner, a number of hyperparameters have to be set before the execution. As we can see, here are the hyperparameters. We've used 3 hidden layers, ReLU used for hidden layers and softmax for outer layers, and all the other hyperparameters are as follows. The paper uses TPC-H dataset, which consists of a suite of business-oriented ad hoc queries and concurrent data modifications as well. The queries and the data populating the database have been chosen to have broad industry-wide relevance. Having a good result on this dataset is therefore good enough. Here, the workload queries only the line item table. The experiment has 2 phases, training and testing. In the training phase, training workload is used to train the neural network, and during testing phase, testing workload is used to compare the quality of the trained neural network to having all the attributes indiced. Here are the results, as we can see. So as we can see, there are 3 workloads, and here are the workload queries. We've used select star on table with the conditions specified. The conditions are equality and non-equality conditions as well. And the queries are listed here, and these are the results. So no index is when there is no indexing done. Index all is when everything has been indexed, and no DBA is the one using the reinforcement learner. As we can see, the results are quite satisfactory, and hence this is a good method to aid the database administration process. So in conclusion, we've demonstrated one of the applications of the deep reinforcement learning that can be used, and there are a lot more applications. One of them being using this instead of the traditional cost-based what-if optimizations, and a strong benefit of which is that we do not even need the optimizations, as the optimization estimates are more often than not perfect. So in conclusion, deep reinforcement learner is one of the good methods which can be used for a lot of database administration aiding. Thanks a lot.